What's up, everyone? Hope you're having a great day today, getting after it by feeding that mind, body, and spirit. We got a great little mobility routine for you, geared toward the upper body and the spine. Now, this is a great routine to do before you work your upper body, or upon just getting out of bed in the morning, or even after you've finished working your upper body. All you need is a mat, a little space. Now let's get it. So let's start with the wrist roll. We're going to spend most of our time on our hands and our knees, so we want to make sure our wrists are nice and supple. We start with actually rolling the wrists. Now we have palms in, and then we go into palms out. Focus on getting the wrist above the elbows. Then we roll out the fingers, loosen up the joints, knees directly under the hips, hands directly under the shoulders. We're going to do cat and cow. So this is the cow, push the belly to the floor, and the cat, pull the shoulder blades away from the midsection. Let the head follow the spine to keep the spine in alignment. Exhale at the top, and inhale as you go down. Now we're going to move into what we call thread the needle. This is a classic move from yoga, but it's a static stretch. So the arm is lifted into the air first, then tucked under the shoulder with the opposite shoulder extending out with the hand. So you're going to see me lift and then really tuck that hand under. Now don't neglect the lift, because when you lift up, that's actually when you feel it in your hips, and then you'll kind of know where you are for the day based on where your hips are. If your knees are popping off the ground when you lift your hand into the air, then your hips are pretty tight. Oh, it's just a bug, not a stretch. So now we're going to extend our hands forward and drop into what I call three-way puppy pose. So puppy pose is right here. Our hips are above the knees. Our shoulders are out in front with the head dipping below. What makes it a three-way is you now extend to one side, keeping the midsection pointing forward so you get a good stretch through the torso, particularly the obliques and the lats. Always exhale through the stretch. Don't hold your breath. Oxygen pumps, breath pumps oxygen into the muscle to keep them loose. Now we're going to do what's called a thoracic stretch. This is a really good one for the upper back. You want to focus on getting your elbow high into the air and then tucking it under to the opposite elbow underneath. Again, the knees stay on the floor, and we keep that hand wrapped around the neck to guide the head. Focus on breathing. Try to get a little deeper each time. You may not be as flexible. You may only get a few inches before something pops up off the ground. So breathe through each movement. I've been on my hands and knees for a little bit, so I'm going to stretch that wrist out again. Just take the palm, flip it upside down, bend the elbow, and then gently stretch it as you lift the elbow. So now we're coming up into down dog position. The hips are high, heels are up, and then we slowly bring the heels down. We want to sink into that stretch, and then we flatten it out into plank, into a wave off, and we drop, hands back to low plank, back into down dog. So in this sequence, we want to slow everything down and really breathe through each movement. Nice and controlled. Hands out in front, lift, bring it back, down. Same exact movement every single time, focusing on breathing to regulate the rhythm. So we're going to drive those heels down, push that head beneath the shoulder blades, squeeze that belly, nice controlled descent. Exhale, palms down, palms up. back to the front. We're going to take a nice big exhale, push back into puppy pose. Really dropping that head below the shoulders, pushing the hips back. Lift the chest into cobra, pushing the hips down. Now that could affect the spine, so be very careful with spinal moves. That's why we counter that with puppy pose again, pushing the spine the other direction, pushing the hips back. Inhale, exhale, that's a wrap.